the process of digging around that particular area, right? So, the first thing we have to do, our group, before anything else happens, is we have to take one of the veteran miners down to where you deactivate the golems. There's like this fail safe. We need to get to it and deactivate the golems, because if we don't, the Royal Guard don't really stand too much of a chance, at least not for too long, right? So the Royal Guard, they're going to go down there and they're going to go off in the main direction where all this chaos kind of started, assess the situation, see if they can't get their hands on one of these resurrected scourge things that took over one of their brothers, so that when they cave in the area, if that doesn't work, they have something to basically experiment around on. And by the way, they really only have bits and pieces of this story. They have bits and pieces from a handful of survivors that managed to come back, right? Like a couple of miners and maybe a few of the main guardsmen that basically saw it as a lost cause once everything was getting resurrected. And so they really have no idea what's going on, what this scourge shit is about, but they know, according to the witnesses who were down there, according to all of them, that this shit's going on. That people are dead, their corpses have been resurrected, there's something called the Scourge down there that's been unleashed, right? So they're going to go down there to that main part, and they're going to basically essentially do their job and buy us time, because we're going to be escorting the miners. Yeah, it's an escort quest, kind of, sort of. The main veteran miner, the head union leader, basically, kind of rallies a couple other miners, more than a handful, a sizable amount, and he's going to escort us down there, and I guess the assumption is he's going to get some of the men to help escort us down there as well, because there's like 3 of us, as far as dwarves are concerned. There's more, but I'll get into our characters in a second. There's not a large amount of us, right? And so we need to deactivate this fail safe for these golems, right? And it's like this. When it's explained to us, it's like this. This like gemstone that's surrounded in these 2 rings made out of mystic runes, and you gotta twist the magic runes in a certain combination in order to activate this gemstone that's in the middle, right? And only the main head union worker knows how to do it properly. So we got to make sure he gets down there so we can deactivate those things so that everybody has a chance of actually making it out alive. And then our task from there is to help the rest of the workers find survivors, find this map, get all the equipment that is invaluable and, can't be replaced, and escort them half the way back up, while meeting back up at this rendezvous section with the Royal Guard and backing them up if they need it, while everybody has time to get out before the Royal Guard essentially blows the place, right? So there's a few things we need to accomplish. We're going in there, right? So this kind of turns into a shit show. The way this plays out is very much one of those scenarios where if something can go wrong, it will. And I swear to God, when playing this game, it was like playing something in the style or, it was in the fashion of something that reminded me a lot of like a Quentin Tarantino movie, essentially, right? Like playing this was like playing a D&D game that literally turned into a scenario that's very similar to something you would see from a Quentin Tarantino film. Most of us died. Yeah. My character was the first to die, and then I later had to take over an NPC if I wanted to continue playing. Because I just got killed instantly. I was playing my first bard character. I really had no idea what I was doing, honestly, because I don't play bards at all. And I intentionally made him kind of obnoxious. And I'm kind of glad he ended up getting whacked in the first place because he had no business being there. I mean, Duncan has played a Dwarven Bard before, and I think a part of my inspiration came from that character, but he plays it a hell of a lot better in that particular campaign. Or it's called the Dreamers campaign that we have. The campaign where our wonderful half-orc Borgnir has a story that I recently told. Well, not recently, because I've been gone for a while. But there's a story involving one of the characters from that particular campaign called Borgnir. And I did maybe like 4 videos on that, I think. A lot of stories I've got from our Dreamers campaign, honestly. But Duncan plays a Dwarven Bard well. I do not. I played this guy because I didn't want to sing. I didn't have any music then. I just wanted to try him out, right? I wanted to see what it was like to be a bard and, kind of work that system. So I decided to go with bongos. I would hit bongos in this marching order. You can see how that can get kind of annoying. And then I had a bastard sword.